Hello students, in this lecture we'll discuss about residue of a complex function at simple pole, at higher order pole and at infinity. So let's start. First we see what the residue is. So in the Laurent series expansion, this is our Laurent series expansion. Fz is equal to summation of an z minus a to the power n is varying from 0 to infinite, plus summation of bn z minus a to the power minus n, where n is varying from 1 to infinite. The coefficient of z minus a inverse is called residue of fz. Okay, and what is the coefficient of z minus a inverse here? In this series, the coefficient of z minus a inverse is equal to b1. Okay, we put n is equal to 1. Okay, in this part. So thus here the residue is the value of b1, and the value of b1 is actually this residue of fa. That means the value of b1 is equal to 1 by 2 pi iota integral over c fz dz. Okay, and this relation can be written in this form also. Integral over c fz dz is equal to 2 pi iota into residue of fa. Okay, and we should take care bn is nothing but it is equal to a minus n, right? Now we see how we calculate residues. So see, calculating residue at simple pole. If fz has a simple pole at z is equal to a, then residue of fa is given by limit z tends to a z minus a fz, right? And at higher order pole, so at higher order pole, if fz has a pole of order n at z is equal to a, then residue of fa is equal to 1 by factorial n minus 1 limit z tends to a dn minus 1 divided by dz n minus 1 z minus a to the power n fz. Okay, so how we calculate the residue at simple pole and at higher order pole, right? So we see one example of it. To understand what are the poles and singularities in better way, you can see my previous video lecture on pole and singularity. Okay, I'll give the link in description box. Now see the example. Find the residue of this function fz is equal to z cube by z minus 1 to the power 4, z minus 2, z minus 3. Okay, so see the solution. How we find out the poles? We equate this denominator to the 0. Okay, so the poles of fz is given by z minus 1 to the power 4 into z minus 2 into z minus 3 is equal to 0. Okay, so it is very clear. At z is equal to 1, we are getting the pole of order 4, and at z is equal to 2 and z is equal to 3, we are getting simple poles. Okay, so we calculate the residue. So residue at this z is equal to 1. Okay, so here you see a is equal to 1 and n is equal to 4. Okay, so we put the value in the formula to find the residue at higher order pole. We'll get 1 by factorial n minus 1, that means 1 by factorial 3 limit z tends to a, that means limit z tends to 1, and d n minus 1 divided by dz n minus 1. So n is 4 here, so n minus 1 is 3 here. So d cube by dz cube into z minus 1 whole to the power 4 into this function. Okay, z cube by z minus 1 to the power 4, z minus 2, z minus 3. And these two values will cut each other, z minus 1 to the power 4. Okay, and we'll get this function. Now we simplify this function by using partial fraction. Okay, so you can see my previous video lecture on Taylor series and Laurent series, in which I have explained how to do partial fraction of such type of function. In detail I have explained there. So you can see that lecture. I will give the link in the description box to see how we do partial fraction of this function. It is improper fraction actually. So after partial fraction, this function will become like this: z plus 5 minus 8 by z minus 2 plus 27 by z minus 3. Okay, so the next term will be 1 by factorial 3 limit z tends to a d cube by dz cube of this function. Okay, Now we differentiate this function for 3 times. Okay, we take third order derivative of these terms, then definitely this term will become 0, and from these two terms we will get so next term will be 1 by factorial 3 limit z tends to a, and here we will get minus 8 minus 1 cube into 3 factorial 3 z minus 2 to the power 4 plus 27 into minus 1 cube factorial 3 by z minus 3 to the power 4. It's simple differentiation, you can do it on your own, and this factorial 3 will cut each other, and finally we get this term 8 minus, after calculation we get 8 minus 27 by 16 is equal to 101 by 16. Okay, so this is the residue at z is equal to 1. Now next residue at 2. Okay, z is equal to 2. So here we are getting simple pole, so we apply the formula for residue at simple pole. So limit z tends to 2, z minus 2, z cube by z minus 1 to the power 4, z minus 2, z minus 3. These two values will cut each other and we apply the limit. Okay, so after applying limit means we are putting z is equal to 2 here, then we will get minus 8. Okay, so, and the same we do in the next term. Residue at f is equal to 3, z is equal to 3. So limit z tends to 3, z minus 3 and the value of function, and we apply the limit z tends to 3 in this function, we will get this 27 by 16. Okay, so in this way we calculate the residue at simple pole and at higher order pole. Now we will see how to calculate residue at infinite. So here in case of infinity, we have two cases here depending upon the function. Okay, so we see the case 1. Residue at z is equal to infinity is calculated by limit z tends to infinite minus z into fz. Okay, but provided that this value should be finite value. Okay, if this value is not finite, then we'll move on to the second case, right? So we see one example of first case. Find the residue of fz, z square by z minus 1 into z minus 2 into z minus 3 at infinity. Okay, so the solution, residue of fz at z is equal to infinity. So we simply apply this formula, limit z tends to infinite into minus z into fz. Okay, so after multiplying the function, given function with this minus z, we'll get this function. Okay, this term. So limit z tends to infinite minus z cube divided by z minus 1, z minus 2 into z minus 3. Okay, now we take z common from each term here, right? Then we'll get this. Okay, and this z cube and z cube will cancel out each other, and then we apply this limit z tends to infinite in this remaining term. Okay, so 1 by z, 2 by z, 3 by z, these all values will become 0 and we'll get minus 1. So minus 1 is the residue at infinity for this function. Okay, now we see the second case. If limit z tends to infinite minus z into fz is not a finite value, okay, then the coefficient of 1 by z in the expansion of given function will be residue of the function at z is equal to infinite. Okay, so let's see one example of it. Find residue of fz is equal to z cube by z square minus 1 at z is equal to infinite. Okay, so it is very clear. If we find we take this function minus z into fz and we apply this limit z tends to infinite, then we will get infinity. Okay, we'll get infinite value. So here the limit z tends to infinite minus z into fz does not have a finite value. So we find coefficient of 1 by z in expansion of this given function. Okay, so what's the function here? Fz is equal to z cube by z square minus 1. We take z square common here, right? Then function will become z cube by z square into 1 minus 1 by z square. Okay, so we can write it like this, z into 1 minus 1 by z square inverse. We take binomial expansion of this function. Okay, 1 plus x square and so on. Then what we get, z into 1 plus 1 by z square plus 1 by z to the power 4 plus and so on, right? we multiply z with these terms and we get this value. And what is the coefficient of 1 by z here? That is 1. Okay, so residue of fz, so residue of this function at z is equal to infinite will be coefficient of 1 by z, that is 1. Okay, so 1 is the answer. Now we see one more example. Find residue of fz is equal to z into cos 1 by z at z is equal to infinite. Okay, so here we are getting essential singularity, right? So because it contains infinite number of terms in negative power of z, so the function is fz is equal to z into cos 1 by z. Okay, so it is very clear that we cannot find the residue at infinite from the first method. That means by applying limit z tends to infinite into z minus z into fz. Okay, so we take the second case here. So fz is equal to z into cos 1 by z. We take expansion of this function cos 1 by z, then we will have z into 1 minus 1 by factorial 2 into z square plus 1 by factorial 4 into z to the power 4 and so on. Okay, so what we see, what is the coefficient of 1 by z here? When we multiply this z to these values, then the coefficient of 1 by z will be minus 1 by 2. Okay, so residue of fz at z is equal to infinite is minus 1 by 2. Okay, so I hope now it is clear to you how we calculate the residue at simple pole, at higher order pole and at infinity. Okay, thank you.